So
you'd buy one of those old buildings and convert it to, like, what are you talking about?
We'll buy them already existing. One that's already there, a Marriott that's already existing, a Hilton that's already
that's what I mean. Right. So you're going to buy one of these hotels that were being traditionally ran as a hotel, but convert it to what?
No need to convert it. We're going to keep them branded.
Oh, you're just going in the hotel business.
Yeah, we're going to the hotel business.
I see where your head's at. You're thinking real big.
Yeah, we're going to keep. And it's interesting because getting into the hotel space, you'll realize that it's kind of a different ballgame. And now I really see why hotels aren't like a normal, place and asset that people are just normally buying as popular as, single family homes or multifamily, even land, because it's a place you have to relationship your way into the hotel space for sure. And it's interesting how hotels actually see Airbnb, because they actually see Airbnb as just another brand. Like just another Marriott or just another Hilton. When you start getting into the space and you start talking to a lot of hoteliers, they're not necessarily worried about Airbnb, honestly. They look at Airbnb as a brand, which makes sense, because if I own a Marriott right now, I'm going to be paying a fee to Marriott, franchise fee, which is essentially what you're doing. You're franchising these brands anywhere between 10 to 15%, depending. And just like we pay a fee to Airbnb, it's just Airbnb is just one. It's a hotel brand essentially that's just all over, right? So that's kind of how they see the brand. But yeah, to me, there's no reason why we can't do both short-term rentals and be branded hotels. So
there you go. I like it.
Together.
I'm in, man. Whenever you're raising money for your hotels, I want in.
Oh man, done and done.
I'm in on that. That's cool. I have some friends that own hotels. They kill it. They do really well.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about the Airbnb business, because there is some tips and tricks and hacks and different ways to run it. So you're a professional operator, right? Like, you've really put a lot of thought into the system itself. All right. So just walk us through some of the core pieces that people would need, because you don't just get a property, throw some furniture in it, throw it up on Airbnb and call it a day.
Yeah, no. And that's the mistake that a lot of people are doing right now. See, between, 2020 and 2022, just that 2-year span, the number of short-term rentals in the nation increased by over 60%. That's a lot more listings that have entered and flooded the marketplace. And so, of course, everything's still based on supply and demand. The issue is that, unfortunately, most of the listings that came onto this marketplaces are people that are just trying to earn a quick buck on the platform. And they don't know how to handle security issues properly, don't know how to screen a guest properly, and then providing a bad experience for the guests, which overall hurts the short-term rental industry overall. And so this business right now is nowhere near like what it was before in terms of, for one, the ease of getting arbitrage units or even getting co-hosting units. The ease of it before is a lot more challenging now, because Airbnb has gotten to a place to where even the name of it has got in some places get a bad rap. And so right now, this business is meant for the business owner. This business is meant for the people who are running it the right way. And I tell people all the time, there's no shortage of good hosts. Matter of fact, we need more good hosts on the platform. It's actually a bigger tragedy, because you probably have already heard about this term Airbnb bust. You probably already heard about people complaining about Airbnb slowing down and things like that. To me, that's not even the biggest issue, because there's no shortages of good hosts. The issue is the ones that aren't doing it right. Because a lot of times, and this is what hotels have over us, is the consistency piece. So I tell hosts, be good hosts. Prioritize who you are as an operator and prioritize the guest experience. Because what happens is, people get a lot of inconsistent experiences on Airbnb. They may have a good experience with this host here, then the next time they book an Airbnb, it's not a good experience. Then the next one may be an okay experience. The next one may be a good experience. Then the next one's a bad experience. Then another bad experience. And what happens is that inconsistency allows people to now leave to go book hotels. And a lot of times when we lose people from Airbnb to a hotel, most of the time we're not getting them back into the Airbnb space. This is the bigger tragedy over Airbnb bust or Airbnb slow down or houses not working and sitting on the market on Airbnb. The bigger tragedy are bad hosts. That's the bigger tragedy, because we're losing our guests to hotels, because hotels got us beat on what? Consistency. They have us beat there. But again, this is meant for the business owner. If you want to get into the space, for one, get your foundation right. What I mean by that is get in when I say foundation, your operations, your systems. If you want to get into arbitrage, your biggest challenge will be how to speak to the pain points of the landlord. And you have to address the pain points. And I'll give you all the pain points of a landlord, what matters to a landlord right now. The rent's getting paid on time. I actually show landlords, I said, look at these consistent rent payments that we make to our other arbitrage clients.